So, hey guys, sorry if this video looks a little weird. I'm trying out shooting my vlog on my Canon handheld digital camera. It's supposed to shoot HD video, so we'll see how this goes. But I just wanted to kind of talk about, I guess, my experiences that I've had as far as being goth, and I don't know, how I guess I've had to deal with stuff. I don't know if it's been a good experience or a bad one or pretty neutral, but yeah. So also, let's point out this right here. I got up at 6 this morning and put on this Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This stuff has made my eyeshadow last for about 12 hours. A little bit over that, but that is awesome. So I will be investing in this stuff. This stuff is awesome. Okay, but anyway, I just want to get started. So yeah, the first thing that I want to say is that I started, I guess, involving myself in kind of dark aesthetic feel around about 12 or 13. I'd been going through some really tough stuff, and I'd always loved literature and poetry, and I had known a lot about Edgar Allan Poe, and I began to read his work a lot, and I learned about H.P. Lovecraft, and my teachers at school would, give us stuff to read, and my teachers gave us The Raven to analyze and illustrate, and I just got involved in that, and part of it may have been my upbringing. I used to watch The Munsters with my brother when we were growing up, and the Addams Family movies were amazing. Nightmare Before Christmas, one of my favorites, along with the Disney princesses, but that has nothing to do with this. Or I guess maybe it does. I always wanted to be a princess, and Victorian clothes are beautiful, and I wanted to dress like that every day. I've pointed this out before, but to say it again, I am of mixed race, mostly involving African American, and it's a number of different things: Native American, Asian, European, and I don't want to speak for everyone with my experiences. I've lived in California most of my life, and so I probably did have a little more of a structured, close together kind of experience. People are a little, I won't say that everyone is nicer here, but it's a lot more diverse than back east in the US, where the other part of my family's from. So I will say that. I guess I'll start off with how the reactions I got as I began to delve into this culture. I went to a school that was military school, and it was college prep, so that's the reason I went. But they wanted us to all look the same, of course, so we were in uniform. The times that we did get to dress the way we wanted to and come on campus, I dressed in all black, and the first thing I got was usually a surprised expression, you dress like that, or wow, I had no idea. And I wasn't really used to that, because I just, I changed slowly into deeper colors and blacks, and I don't know, I wasn't comfortable with it, but because I didn't understand why I had to be questioned for the way that I dressed when, you know, there were plenty of other kids who didn't look the same in their civilian clothes, in their civvies as we call them, or their, you know, their uniform. So I had to get used to that. And next I got, you know, questioning, is this a joke? Like, did you just do this on a dare? Why are you dressed like that? And, you know, then I got acceptance from some people, backlash from others. You know, some of it, I mean, this isn't like hard for me to talk about necessarily. I kind of understand that people kind of suck some of the time. So I'm not gonna I'm gonna try to control my anger. But I got like commentary, oh well, I'm not white and I'm trying to be white and you're not respecting your culture, your heritage, you're black, you're not supposed to do that. And, you know, I got from white kids that I knew, well, I'm more ghetto than you, I'm more black than you, because they acted inappropriately, or they were loud, or they cursed a lot, or they did ghetto things, you know, and that was upsetting for me. And, you know, you have to kind of learn to deal with ignorant commentary like that. I just told the person who said that to me, you know, you may think that because you act a certain way that you are blacker than me and I shouldn't be acting like this because I'm black. But I respect my heritage. I mean, my parents were active in the civil rights movement. My great-grandfather was a slave. I'm not going to deny where I come from. I'm fine with being who I am. I love being of mixed race, but you don't get to justify your behavior because you want to be black, you know? And yeah, I got commentary from people I thought were my friends, and they just, when I got older, I started dressing closer and closer into the dark aesthetic, and they didn't like the change, but they didn't tell me that. So they started, how do those cuts feel, emo? And I would tell them over and over, I'm not emo, I'm not, you know, if you're gonna judge me, at least get the stereotype right. And, you know, they'd say stuff, go kill yourself, we hate you. Well, why do you hate me? Because I'm different, you know. Stupid stuff. I got the classic jokes, oh, it isn't Halloween, or why don't you take that costume off? Are you going to a play? And, you know, people are just trying to be funny, and it's not funny ever for me, but you can't focus on that, I don't think. It's not necessary, it's not gonna help you to focus on that. Along with that, I'd like to point out that one of the greatest people in my life, my grandmother, she lives 3,000 miles away from me, but she's the strongest person I know. And when I started dressing like this, she had no problem with it. She is going to be 90 very soon, and she stood up for me. She told me to be who I wanted to be, dress the way I wanted to. She just wants me to be happy. And if you don't have people like that in your life, understand that, you know, eventually you'll get away from your parents. Or if people are saying stuff like that to you and they're in your circle, cut them out. You know, you don't need negativity. And there's always going to be some positive vibe in your life. If you need that, then let me be that person. You know, reach out to someone, you know, make friends. Don't just let negative stuff happen in your life, because all you're going to do is, you know, or what I would probably do is just spiral. And it would just get negative and dark. And although I dress dark, I don't want to be a dark, depressive person. And I'm not. So don't let people get you down because of it. Some of my family's okay with it. I haven't really gotten any disrespect from loved ones about it. I've gotten, you know, jokes, but it's all in good fun to them. I've gotten weird looks recently from cousins my age because they hadn't seen me in like 8 years. But it's interesting that the older cousins and aunts and uncles, they had no issue with the way I dressed. They actually encouraged it. They just wanted me to be strong, and they liked that I was different than most teenagers my age, and, you know, just trying to be my own person, I guess. I was bullied all the way up through middle school, and I don't know if that played a part in it. You know, I was told I was white, or I was black, or I was nothing at all. And I worried about scrutiny from people for a long time. Sometimes I still feel insecure about it because I always wonder if people are judging me for my age, for my race, for the way I dress, because I'm tall, because I'm, you know, maybe I'm not too skinny, maybe I'm too skinny, or whatever. People are always gonna have judgments, and I can't control that. I just figured, you know, if people are gonna judge me all the time, why should I give up who I am? And I know people have probably said that before in YouTube videos, blogs, comments, whatever, but I never want to be someone else to make others happy. I'd rather live my life alone and be who I wanted to be than shove myself in pink floral clothes and or crop tops and high-waisted jeans and Jordans and whatever to make other people happy. That's not who I am. I don't think that's ever who I'll be. And if I decide to change what I look like, I'm still the same person on the inside. That being said, I've had good experiences and bad, but also my feeling with the whole goth thing, I still get upset sometimes. You know, I respect so many goth women, men, YouTubers, you know, bloggers, people in, you know, the fashion industry, whatever. If they don't say that they are, but they have that kind of aesthetic, I still respect them. I respect many people, I respect all people, but I still feel like there's an issue within the culture because I grew up always looking at everything, being fascinated by everything. I'd see magazines and, you know, the crazy purple pink hair, and I wanted to know why people would do that. And when I look in these magazines, goth magazines or online, or I shop online all the time for clothing and such. I can't go into stores, it's harder for me to be in public, but you know, I see these models, and out of all my experience, my time being in the culture, just being fascinated by it, I've seen one like picture of a black goth woman, and not to say that, you know, we need to just get an outpour of black goth women. I'd love to see, you know, every culture represented, but it's hard for me when I'm growing up and I'm trying to figure out who I am, what I want to look like, you know, where I want to go in life, and I don't really have a role model that I can look up to and relate to. I mean, I look up to many people, men and women, but, you know, I can't say that, you know, someone grew from my culture, my perspective, and they got somewhere that I'd like to be. I don't want a model. I can't say that I have thought about it. It scares me a bit, but I'd like to see that. You know, I need some inspiration for how to dress sometimes. I can't always have the pale white skin like in the songs or the poems or anything like that. And I don't like that people categorize Black Goth. Goth is an aesthetic and a way of life and overall feel. It's not music, fashion, it's not the color of your skin. You know, it's just a huge thing, and it's people segregate it, and it's upsetting to me. You know, I feel like there's standards in the goth culture for women, because even if it's not out there and said, I can't change what I look like. I'm not going to say that I'm fully confident. You know, I love everything about myself, but I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to change myself. I can't wake up tomorrow morning and decide I'm going to go and replace my skin and I'm going to be pale. I don't really know how to even end the video. Just for other goths out there, I won't specify a race or people out there who aren't even goth. If you're just interested in it or you just clicked on my video by accident, don't fit into the stereotype. Don't give into it. Don't just say that goth is, you know, white or dark hair or pale anything. You know, just keep an open mind and try to help other people be open-minded. I just wish that more people would stop focusing on what everyone looks like. I understand that it's like different or something like that. It's the way people dress is different or fun, but don't just focus on that. And I guess I'll end it this way with a little bit of insight. If anyone ever tells you that you have to be a certain way because you look a certain way, your heritage is a certain way, your age, you know, never give in to what people tell you. If you want something, go after it. Be who you want to be. If you need to make a mantra and live by it, if you want to follow someone's mantra, do it. I've taken quotes from rock musicians that I appreciate. You know, I am who I am with no apologies, and I'm never going to give in. I'm never going to give up. I'm going to live my life the way I want to. I'm going to be respectful of other people. I'm going to follow laws, you know, but I'm not going to let other people regulate me. I'm going to be me, and that's all there is to it. That's the only thing that's important. Yeah, so keep that in mind. And hopefully my next video won't be so long and maybe not so boring. But thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, leave suggestions for other videos, and I'll see you soon.